Hey you, welcome back to another video and welcome back to the second instalment of this. Welcome back to my second ever movie review. The first one of these went down a storm. You all enjoyed my movie review of If, so I thought, you know what? It's been quite successful. I'm going to continue this series. This is the second one of these. If you aren't already aware, I'm a huge movie buff. I love the cinema. I love movies. I love collecting DVDs. And I've got a Cineworld Unlimited card. It's a card that allows me to go and see as many films as I like, as many times as I like, for one set annual price a year. And I have seen so many films. And these are films that usually I wouldn't pay to go and buy a ticket for. And because I see so many films, I thought it would be a good idea to start reviewing all of these films and telling you my thoughts. And like I say, the last one went down a storm, so fingers crossed you're going to like this one just as much. Now, I've just literally been to go and see the brand new Garfield movie starring Chris Pratt, and this is what we're going to be reviewing today. Now, before I start this video and before I start every movie review, I'll remind you that these are just my thoughts. And just because I have certain thoughts on certain films doesn't mean you'll feel the same way. You know, there are films that you're going to love that I'm maybe not going to like, and there are films that I'm going to absolutely adore that you're probably going to really hate. And that's fine. These are just my thoughts. So don't let this be the deciding factor as to whether you go and see a movie. Maybe just let this review guide you or push you towards one kind of decision as to whether you go and see a film or not. But don't let this and my thoughts be the definite decision as to whether you go and see a movie or not. Because like I say, these are my thoughts, and everyone will have different thoughts on loads and loads of different films. So anyway, let's stop blabbering on. My thoughts on the brand new Garfield movie, and I'm not going to lie, before I get into it, I have never seen Garfield before. I've never read Garfield. I've never watched a series of Garfield. This has kind of been my first interaction, shall we say, of Garfield. So I didn't really know what I was kind of getting myself in for. And obviously, it's a family film. It's a kid's film. But like I say, I am the biggest big kid you'll ever find. I'd much rather go and see a kid's film in the cinema than an adult film. So I thought I'd give the Garfield movie a whirl. And I'm not going to lie, this is more of a kids film. I think it's definitely aimed towards young kids, if that makes sense. It's not really an older kids film, if that kind of makes sense. It's more for about 5-6 year olds, in my opinion. There are, however, some moments of the film that have more adult jokes. They're not inappropriate jokes, but they're kind of jokes that adults would get. They're more mature jokes, but they're not jokes that would make the movie inappropriate, if that makes sense. So it is kind of catering for all in that respect. The plot of the film is quite easy to follow. It's a very easy to follow storyline. It goes along quite swiftly. It doesn't dwell about, and it is a very family kids film. Because of that, I don't really think I was the target audience for the film. So again, don't let this decide whether you go and see the film, because I don't think I was the target audience for the film. But if you are a Garfield fan, then I think this is definitely going to be a film for you, because it's a Garfield movie. So if you are a Garfield fan, definitely go and check it out. With that in mind though, I have heard a lot of mixed reviews and controversy around Chris Pratt being cast as the voice of Garfield. And I'm not going to lie, I thought he really suited the voice of Garfield. That may just be me, but I thought him as the voice of Garfield really worked. I thought it really suited him. I thought it was a good character for him. So in my opinion, I thought that was a pretty good casting. And I'm not going to lie, I was really taken away by how good the animation was. I thought it was really well animated. However, there are quite a few brandills, I would have said, in the movie. There are quite a few of them, I'm not gonna lie. There's one bit at the start of the movie where he puts headphones on, and because it's a Sony movie, he has Sony written on the headphones. I kind of noticed that straight away. There's a few other things. Walmart, FedEx, I think kind of towards the end of the film were paying to be advertised in the movie. So there is a little bit of that, but I was really taken away, like I say, by the animation. I thought it was really well animated. and the attention to detail was incredible. Obviously, Garfield has hair. Garfield is a furry character. It has hair. It has hair. He has hair. And you could literally see the hairs on his body. It was so well animated, and I think that really makes the film more enjoyable to watch. So if you are going to go and see the film, I think it's quite an easy to watch film because of the animation as well. So that, I think, is a definite pro. But at the end of the day, I just think Garfield for me wasn't a movie that I really was the target audience for. Having said that though, if you have got kids, if it's a film that you're planning on going to see at a weekend or during the school holidays, then I think it's a pretty good film. It's a kids film, it's a family film. In my opinion, I don't think it's anything special. That's just my opinion. I think it is just another kids film. I don't think it's going to be the kids summer blockbuster of 2024. Again, just my opinion. Don't come at me for it, but it's an alright film. But like I say, if you're a Garfield fan, I think you'll probably enjoy the film a lot more than me. So there's my thoughts on Garfield, the new movie. I got to see it at an advanced screening, and I always feel really lucky to be able to go and see some films earlier than the release dates. So it's released on May 24th. If you want to go and check it out in cinemas. Like I say, not for me, but don't let that stop you from going to see the film. And before I wrap up my second ever movie review, gosh, just like that, we're done. I need to ask 2 questions. The first one, what do I rate it out of 10? I'm not going to lie. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. And I didn't really want to do this for my second movie review. It just wasn't for me. Really wasn't for me. And second of all, will I be buying it on physical media? Will I be buying it on DVD? The answer to that, probably not. Probably not. It's not a film that I'm going to be rushing out to go and buy on DVD when it comes out straight away. If I see it at a really good price, potentially, but I don't see myself owning the Garfield movie on DVD. But like I say, with that in mind, these are just my thoughts. Don't let this stop you from going to see the film, because I don't think I, like I say, was the target audience for the Garfield movie. But as always, in the description below is the full plot of the movie. There's also a link to the movie trailer if you want to go and check that out in case you haven't already seen it. And there's also a link to my movie review playlist in the description if you want to go and check that out and see all of the reviews that I am yet to do on movies that are fresh released into cinemas. And with that in mind, thank you for watching my second movie review, and I shall see you in another one very soon.